Failure is not a failure. Failure is lessons learned. Failure is now I know what not to do the next time. Being resilient after failure is a success. My first organization, as high as it could have been, failed. And through that, a lot of lessons learned. Now, regarding what 85% businesses fail, absolutely. And I think, I mean, there are a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons for early stage startup failure is cash flow. And that is very different from revenue. That is very different from asset balance and liabilities, assets and liabilities. That is very different from operating expenses, any fundraising or capital injections or cash sources. Simply managing what's in your bank account is the single most common reason for businesses to fail. Now, I've known many organizations where they have a very healthy P&L, very healthy profit and loss statement. They're making more money than they spend. But because of some of the deals, some of the operational costs, they just do not have the cash in the bank account to continue operating, and that forces them to shut down. So to your point, I absolutely think it's necessary for any founder or any executive to have some level of base finance and accounting education and background. Now, I'm not telling them to go back to college or get an MBA, but there are so many night classes out there, so many technical education classes, so many weekend programs. No one needs to be a certified no one needs to be a CFO or a CPA, but they do need to know a little bit about finance, base and base accounting. So they know what revenue is. They know what cost of goods sold is. They know what EBITDA is. They know what if the difference between a fixed asset and a variable and variable one. They know the difference between fixed and variable costs. They know what a balance sheet is. They know what a cash flow statement is. They know what a P&L is. Those are some very, very fundamental skills, assets, and knowledge to understand in order to operate a healthy business.
It's very important to have that. I know when I was what you would call an accidental entrepreneur. That wasn't in my plan ever. It just kind of happened. And then that preparation of it, that's when I found out about these government programs to help educate you and kind of incubate you into that entrepreneurship journey. And I'm so excited to have you on the show and talking about this, because as we were talking about that exit strategy, I was that entrepreneur that did not have an exit strategy.